Well, away from coronavirus now, and a disability rights campaigner is taking the government to court over discrimination in abortion laws. Heidi Crowter says the difference in the way unborn babies with Down syndrome are treated under the law is deeply offensive. Let's head to Coventry, where we can speak to Heidi, as well as her younger sister Suzie. Hello to both of you. Very good morning. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us on Sky News. Heidi, let's come to you first. The law, as it is at the moment, how does it make you feel? Why are you unhappy with it?
Well, the reason why it's but basically, the law makes me feel that I'm better off dead. I know that I'm not, but that's how it makes me feel.
So you feel that you're almost discriminated against?
Yes, I do, yeah. Because there's no difference between there's no difference between my husband and my nephew.
And your husband, am I right in saying that he's Down syndrome as well?
Well, he has Down syndrome.
He has Down syndrome, yeah. Suzie, tell me a bit more about the court case. What are you hoping to achieve?
So the court case is hoping to bring the abortion limit in line. So currently, a typical baby could be aborted up to 24 weeks, whereas a baby with Down syndrome or some other disabilities can be aborted right up to birth. And we believe that that is discrimination and that these should be brought into line so that the limit is 24 weeks just for everyone to avoid that discrimination.
The government says any decision to terminate must rest on the judgment of the woman and her doctors as well, and we know that you have to have two doctors both agreeing. But you want to go further than that?
Well, obviously, the woman's choice is completely important, and that should be central. But I think that going all the way up to birth, specifically for people with disabilities, does go too far. And that for it to be equal, having a 24-week limit for everybody would be the fairest way.
And also, we do respect their decision, but it's not about that. It's about the discrimination.
About discrimination, Heidi. Yeah, no, I totally get that. And do you think, Heidi, that some mums, when they learn that they're having a baby with Down syndrome, perhaps feel pressurised to have an abortion?
It's not about the abortion, it's about the discrimination. But I do know a few people who have been pressurised, but they do find it hard to have a baby with Down syndrome, because when I was born, my mum was really upset when I was born. She even cried to my dad on that night I was born that she'll never get married and I'm going to be a bridesmaid. But I got married in July.
Congratulations. I mean, that's... Did you have a great day, Heidi?
It was the best day of my life.
I bet it was. I bet it was. And I bet your mum has become very, very proud of you as well. And, you know, it's fantastic that you're able to front this campaign. Suzie, some people would say that some abnormalities in the womb with fetuses aren't noticed until much later on, after 24 weeks. And by changing the law, that could become an issue.
I think with Down syndrome, actually, a lot of the tests do show up before 24 weeks. But it is just about it being equal in that way, and rather than discriminating and saying that it could be right up to birth for somebody with a disability, that doesn't reflect the value that somebody who has a disability.
OK, and Suzie, what's the latest with the legal challenge? Where have you got to?
So it is now going forwards. Obviously, it was all halted a little bit because of coronavirus, but the judge now has said that the case will be going ahead. OK,
and Heidi, just finally, what would your message be to a mum who's expecting a baby and is told that that baby has Down syndrome? What would your message be to her?
Well, my message will be is just have the baby and don't listen to the doctors, because they don't know what they're talking about. Because sometimes they say that they quit talk, but if you know me, I never stop talking.
I think the message would probably be that you can have a boy or a son or daughter that's as wonderful as you are. So Heidi, we appreciate your time, and thank you very much indeed, both of you, Suzie as well, for telling us about your legal challenge. Good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.